Hello everyone, and welcome to MJ Central. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what the media doesn't want you to know about Michael Jackson. Without further ado, here we go. Everybody, before we get into this video, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed to the channel. There's been a lot of new subscribers, so thank you to you all, and welcome to the channel. And also thank you for the great feedback on my last video, which was the Wade Robson case dismissal video. So thank you very much for all that support, and it's truly been really amazing. So yes, here we go. Michael Jackson is, without a doubt, the greatest entertainer of all time. He was the most popular human at the time, and just without a doubt how amazing he truly was. And a lot of people call him the most controversial artist of all time, but really he is the most misunderstood artist of all time and the biggest victim of bullying. So in this video, I'm going to try my best to break down how terrible the media handled Michael Jackson. The thing about the media and Michael Jackson is that Michael Jackson was way too powerful. He started gaining way too much power, and the media didn't know how to handle with it. Michael Jackson, he broke a lot of racial barriers. I believe he was one of the first African American artists to really have his music videos played on MTV, which was MTV, they were on the verge of being done. They were not doing good, MTV. And because of Michael Jackson, when Billie Jean and I think Beat It was first, when Beat It, Billie Jean and Thriller started playing, that really gained their ratings. And Michael Jackson pretty much saved MTV. You know, I hate to say this, but it's really the truth back then. And a lot of the reason why the media really hated Michael Jackson to begin with is that he was black. You know, we all know the history. Black people had a very tough time, and it shouldn't have been like that. Everybody should all be equal. Everybody is equal, but I wish people back then knew that everybody is all equal, and there shouldn't have been no KKK stuff and stuff like that, because everybody really is all together. So Michael Jackson, he was big in all of these music. He broke the Beatles records. He broke Elvis's records, and they didn't know how to handle this because he was a black man doing so well. When, you know, a lot of black artists, you know, they don't get as much credit and stuff because they are black. You know, you had the Jackson 5 growing up, and there's a lot of stories about Michael Jackson and his brothers with a lot of racial encounters back in the day, you know, when they were doing their shows and only performing at only black places, right? And that's not Michael Jackson and Jackson 5. Jackson, that was with everybody. Well, with all the black artists back in the day, they could only perform at black people only places, and that's very not fair. So the media really did not know how to handle him when he was an African American gaining so much power through the music industry. But the media, you know, after Thriller and Michael just skyrocketed in the album sales and all the awards, they really tried to dehumanize him. They did that with everything they could, and I'm going to try my best to break them all down. But they really did, and of course the first thing they started talking about was his, you know, his nose when he got his plastic surgery, and his color of his face when it went from darker to lighter. With all due respect to Michael Jackson, it's not a secret that he had a nose job. Michael Jackson has stated that he's only had 2 nose jobs. And if I'm being 100% honest with you, I believe Michael Jackson. Because people are saying that he had his eyes done and his lips done and his eyebrows done, and his autopsy did reveal that, you know, his eyebrows and his lips and stuff, they were tattooed on. So that's not really a plastic surgery in my opinion. He never did anything. They say that he did something for his cheekbones. I don't believe that, because if you look at every single family member of the Jacksons, like the Jackson family, they all have, you know, the high cheekbones, the pointy cheekbones. So you tell me even his mother got plastic surgery for his cheekbones, all of his brothers, all of his sisters, you tell me they all got their cheeks done? The only thing that he might have done extra, which I'm not saying he did because it happens over time, is his chin. And if he wanted a little dimple or whatever implant in his chin, then so be it. Before I was a Michael Jackson fan, I wanted it done to my chin. And I didn't even know who Michael was, and I still wanted a little indent in my chin. If people want to do that, then just let them do that. They were being very, very rude about it. They used to have stuff on the news where a plastic surgeon would come on and name off, well, he got this done, this done, this done, this done, this done, probably pulling it right out of his ass. Probably doesn't even know what he's saying. trying to just make it seem like Michael Jackson pretty much had the most plastic surgery in the history of the world, where you have, there's a lot of other people who's done a lot more plastic surgery than Michael Jackson. He broke his nose one time, he fractured his nose, and he had to get plastic surgery, like he had to get a nose job, which was fine. That happens to a lot of people, and maybe he got one more after Thriller, or maybe before Thriller, whatever. But I do stick with Michael Jackson. I only had 2 plastic surgeries, I really do. Michael Jackson was breaking records with his Bad World Tour, and I remember one time I saw a video about the Bad World Tour stuff, and you had the reporter, he was like, you can tell it's like a video, he did like an audio recording of it, and he was talking about Michael Jackson meeting fans, and then they go, here comes the man who has more faces than somebody else, and he's like, and here's Michael Jackson showing off his new face today. So they're already starting with Michael Jackson with all of the nose changes and all of that stuff, right? And it's like, why? So from his first 2 nose jobs, they are already putting all of these rumors out saying, that, he has more faces and he has a new face every day, which is so untrue. They even went as far to say that Michael Jackson's nose was falling off. When he was doing a meet and greet or something, he was looking over a balcony and it fell off. I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of video proof of that, because the paparazzi would have been everywhere. So you tell me nobody saw a picture of a nose in the air or something? Come on. They always have to do such terrible rumors, especially with him and his face. And that's what we're going to talk about next with his skin color. So Michael Jackson had vitiligo. Now, if you don't know what vitiligo is a skin condition where it takes away the pigmentation of your skin, and it's very noticeable in black people and African American people, because their skin is a lot darker. So when they lose their pigmentation, they become a lot lighter. And once you have vitiligo, it really increases your chance of, what's the word called? Like melanoma, skin cancer. And that's why you're very, very sensitive to sunlight, because if it has direct sunlight, it can really up your chance of getting skin cancer. This was a big reason as to why Michael Jackson walked around with umbrellas a lot, because of the sunlight to his skin. It could really hurt him. Then you have the most stupidest stories about Michael Jackson bleaching his skin because he didn't want to be black anymore, that he didn't like being a black American, which is so false. Michael Jackson on the Oprah Winfrey interview show, whatever, stated how he was a black American and he was proud to be a black American. He had vitiligo and there's nothing he could do about it. And people always wanted to say that Michael Jackson was not proud of who he was, that he wasn't proud of being black, which is so far from the truth. He made it known, very, very known throughout his whole career, even with his feud with Sony, if you remember that. He was saying how he's a black American, he's proud to be a black American, and how they always treat black Americans and black singers very poorly. And Michael Jackson, it was no case. He got a little bit harder, I would say, because of his skin condition, especially when you're in the public eye. A lot of people suffer, it takes about 2% of the population of the world suffer from vitiligo. But especially when you're like Michael Jackson, and you're as big as Michael Jackson, and you're always in the spotlight, and then when you're a teenager, you're one color, when you're older, you're another color. They're going to write stuff about you, but with Michael Jackson, they did it way, way too hard, and they went way too far. You even have videos today with laser tattoo removals, when it's like a black tattoo, and then they laser it and it's white, and you look at the comments on like Instagram or something, and people are like, what in the Michael Jackson? And stuff like that. Like, it's very, very rude on what they did to this man. The media bullied this man so much, and we're going to continue talking about this because we're not done yet, but the media bullied this man so much, and it just really sad, and it really does break my heart about how they treated this man. The media tried their best to label this man as a freak. And, with the nose surgeries, they were saying he was getting one like a month. They were saying that he got them so frequently with his skin color. They were saying that he purposely changed his skin because he didn't want to be black anymore, which Michael Jackson had denied those claims hundreds and hundreds of times. And then they started with all these rumors that Michael Jackson was just a weird guy, sleeping in the oxygen chamber, wanting to buy the Elephant Man bones. And then the media, some English tabloids, started Wacko Jacko, which I guess they really haven't done their research, because Wacko Jacko is a racial slur. Jacko is, now, I do apologize, my memory's not too great with this story, but Jacko was a name of a monkey that was in some kind of circus. So if you're calling a black man Wacko Jacko, that is beyond racist and very, very rude to say to a human. Michael Jackson had unfortunately suffered with some very arrogant people and money grabbers, and he faced some child molestation allegations in his lifetime. And what the media did to Michael, more in 2005 trial, but still in the 1993 allegations, what the media did to this man was so unfair. Once the allegations came out in 1993, all of the news stations went crazy about it, trying to keep it in the media, trying to keep it in the tabloids as long as they can. Because you have to remember something, okay? With these tabloids, they got Michael so bad because every lie they wrote, the money they would get. They didn't look at Michael Jackson as a human. They looked at him as a way to make mad profit. And people still do today with Ray Robson and James Safechuck with Leaving Neverland, and their kids getting dismissed, so it looks like they won't be getting any money. But the tabloids, that's all they wanted to do, was just get the money with Michael. So in 1994, Michael Jackson settled the case, which, if you guys know, he settled the civil trial. But they were saying that by him settling this case was hush money. First of all, it can't really be hush money if the whole world knows about these allegations. And Michael Jackson, this isn't hush money, because way before the allegations were made, especially to the press and to, worldwide, Michael Jackson refused many, many times to give Evan Chandler money so that these allegations won't ever become public. So if it was hush money, Michael Jackson would have already paid before before the allegations even went public. If you really think about it, that would be more hush money, paying them off before it's public. Settling it once the whole world knows about it is not hush money. Like, they wanted the civil hearing to be heard before the criminal hearing, which was not good, and Michael tried to overturn that, and the judge denied him 4 times. That's why Michael Jackson settled the civil trial. Okay, it was Jordan Chandler, the boy, who refused to testify. See, Michael Jackson, even though the civil trial he still wanted to do that criminal trial. He wanted to prove his innocence. But once Michael Jackson paid, the family was no longer interested in going through the criminal trial. And Jordan Chandler said from the beginning he didn't want to be part of it at all. When the own kid who was saying he was molested now doesn't want to testify or anything, it kind of shows. And Evan Chandler in his hometown, he was known as an opportunist or whatever, and he was known for trying to get money in whatever way he could. So he didn't have the best reputation where he was from. And of course, Michael Jackson didn't know that. And the 1993 allegations was such a bad way the media handled him. Maybe I could make a separate video just about that, but that would be a while from now. But still, they raked him through the coals for that. And even afterwards, Diane Sawyer talking to Michael, saying why would you, settle and everything. And, and Michael Jackson, he sat down with his, I can't remember the name, but his lawyers and stuff. And they said it would be a lot easier and cheaper for you and with your health and time if you just settle this now and just move on with your life. But because he's Michael Jackson and the media wanted to be so rude to him, unfortunately he couldn't. And they kept it against him forever, really, because people still talk about it to this day. Things got very, very out of hand for his 2005 trial. First of all, when the allegations, when the charges were first pressed and Michael Jackson got arrested and all, many news stations already started premiering specials about the allegation stuff when they knew nothing about it, because the allegations were just made. So they have these 1-hour specials, Michael's and the kids or whatever, and they know absolutely nothing. And how they handle Michael was so bad. As in, somebody from the prosecution would say something, and it would sound really bad against Michael, right? Because they're lying, so they would say something that's really bad against Michael. All the media would go outside, right then and there, go outside, report it, and completely miss the cross-examination when they would get toasted, right? When they got completely drawn out for their lies. They had day-to-day coverage of the trial every single day for the prosecution, but when it's time for the defense, when the defense was given their trial or whatever, and they were given their point of view, well, it didn't have media coverage for like 2 weeks, because saying something good about Michael Jackson was not good at that time. It even went to the point where they were going to trial, have a great day. Jermaine or something would, or I don't know if it was Jermaine now, Tom Izzo stated this in an interview with Vlad recently. I highly recommend you checking that interview out with Tom Izzo and Vlad on Vlad TV or something. Anyways, they would say, they would go on the news and say, oh, bad day for the defense, Michael's toasted, Michael's going to get convicted. And then, but Tom Izzo was like, no, that's not what's going on, because we're winning this case, we're doing a great job. And so the media just tried telling everybody that Michael Jackson was a child molester, he was a dirty man, he's a monster. They tried to make him look like a monster, when that was so far from the truth. And when the jury was debating on the verdicts, like when they were discussing, we had news stations showing what the jail will be, what the cell will look like, given what his schedule would be for Michael, when he would wake up, what he would eat, if he could talk to his fans, stuff like that. I feel like this was in a way to try to make everybody be like, whoa, he's about to get convicted, right? And then even during the trial, I can't remember what TV station, but they would broadcast these secret audio tapes of Michael Jackson trying to rip on people, saying like the Jews did it and all these people false, where they were so edited wrong and just made it sound like one complete tape, but it was from a bunch of different things, and making it seem like Michael Jackson was this mean person, without so far from the truth, because you can hear what they said. I saw it on Twitter, I'm sorry, I might not be able to put it here, also probably for copyright, but they would say what Michael said in these things, like, oh, he's just said, the Jews did it on purpose and stuff. But then when they would actually go for the full transcript of what happened, and when that conversation, he never even said the Jews did it on purpose. They completely twisted to make Michael look so guilty. And then when the verdicts came out, and that Michael Jackson was, innocent, and he was acquitted, and he could go, well, let's see, so did the media apologize for what they did? Did they think about, wow, we did this all like against an innocent man? No. Then they started the story that it was all because Michael Jackson was a celebrity and he got off because of his celebrity status. The media tried so hard to get Michael Jackson convicted and to make him look like he is such a disgusting monster, which is so far from the truth. Michael Jackson is the most loving man. He's the most innocent man. He's the most nicest man. He's the kindest man. When Michael Jackson had to get photographed naked for the 1993 allegations, which the drawing came out as false because the boys said that Michael was circumcised and Michael is not circumcised. I know that from the autopsy report. So when Michael Jackson had these police officers, he came in and whatever, like they had to do their job. He invited them for a dinner, so they ate together, had a dinner. Michael was being the most respectful, kind man, and then once they leave, he broke down in tears because that was the most disturbing, I can't remember the word now, but it was the most embarrassing moment of his life, and he's still being so nice to these people. The tabloids made up so many stories with the Elephant Man bones, with the oxygen chamber, with him openly having an affair with his wife, to his children not being his. I'm sorry, when there's a black man and a white man, black man and a white woman, and they have a baby, a lot of times the baby can have a lighter skin tone. Like a lot, and Prince, Michael's oldest brother, Michael's oldest brother has vitiligo himself. And Michael Jackson's grandfather, Joe's dad, has vitiligo. So it does run in the family for vitiligo. But the title of this video, and the question is, like, how the media Like, what the media doesn't want you to know about Michael Jackson? Well, it's simple. The media doesn't want you to know how kind of a man Michael Jackson was. Because the media was, is, and will always, unfortunately, be making way too much money ripping on Michael Jackson. Unfortunately, because those are what sells. Negativity sells. I don't buy into that garbage. I've read so many stuff about Michael Jackson. I'm like, that is so stupid. Like all the lies about him having an open affair with his wife when she was pregnant and out with Lisa Marie. Friends can have friends. Like, a guy and a girl can be friends and nothing sexual ever happens. And especially with these boys. Like the boys that Michael Jackson supposedly accused. Like, I'm sorry, Michael Jackson was acquitted, proven innocent, and they still say that, it was because of his pop star status and, all this stuff, when the media just can't say Michael Jackson was a nice man. Because even when you read an article today saying, oh, Michael Jackson, without a doubt, he's the greatest entertainer of all time, they always have to throw in that he was controversial in some way, which is not fair. So what does the media not want you to know about Michael Jackson? They just don't want you to know how good of a man he was. He used to go all the time to children's hospitals. He didn't want cameras all around because he didn't need people to know what the kind of thing he was doing. But then he was on tour somewhere, went to a children's hospital, gave out lots of presents, autographs, sang some songs, and then the next day, they said that Michael Jackson just ignored the kids. The problem is that a lot of people just believe the first thing they hear. They read it on a newspaper article or something, or on the computer, and it'll say blah blah blah, and they just believe it. A lot of people just won't go and try to make, try to do some research on it, because you have all of these journalists in the world who believe everything Wade and James say. They won't actually look into it. They just try to make it sound as disgusting as they can, because they know that that's what will really sell. I really hope I'm not offending anybody in anything that I'm saying. I don't want you guys to think, oh, he's a fake Michael fan. He's saying, no. I'm trying to show everybody how he's doing all these nice things, but how the media, every time he breaks a record, they try to break him with a stupid story that people just believe. Michael Jackson's lyrics from a song, just because you read it on a magazine, see it on a movie screen, doesn't make it factual, tabloid junkie, great song. And people just really have to believe that. The media bullied him. There's a great video. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Okay? There's a great video. It's called something to do with like the most shameful journalistic. Sorry, I said this completely wrong. It's about the 2005 Michael Jackson trial, and that's going to go into great detail how the media did Michael so dirty and so rude, and how they would only talk about the really bad things and won't say anything in defense to Michael Jackson, which is so sad. So, but I want something something that I want you to take away from this video is know Michael Jackson as a humanitarian, as an amazing man, and such a gifted soul. All he wanted to do was bring everybody together and make music that everybody can dance to, no matter who you are, what you are. You can just dance to and have a good time. He used to lose a lot of money from his tours because he wanted to make tickets an affordable price so people can just come and just enjoy the show. But the bigger the star, the more of a target they are. And they wanted to get Michael really bad. He had the Sony, he owned half of Sony and then became a free agent. That's going to get a lot of people mad. Right? So then they make all of these rumors. And every time Michael Jackson tried to, stand up for himself, he got being called racist, and, for his They Don't Care About Us is my favorite song. It's the song that made me become a Michael Jackson fan, so it's very special to me. And that the prison video got taken down from MTV and all this for being Semitic and racist. Or it was anti-Semitic. Something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry. But it wasn't good, and they're saying that was really racist, so that got taken down. And then for the black or white, the last part of the video when he, was dancing in the streets, they said it was too sexual for him grabbing himself. Even though every time he tries to make, a political stand or a point in something, they take it down. And I do believe it's a lot because of his face. Because they're thinking, no, a black man cannot be doing all of these things. I'm sorry, and I'm not racist. Trust me, I'm the least racist person ever. Like, I am not racist. I love all races. Everybody, you know, everybody's amazing. Everybody's human, and they deserve to be treated like a human. And you know, and they are like, oh no, a black person cannot be doing this. So then they try to break him down. But you know, Michael Jackson said he has rhinoceros skin and nothing bothers him. But to a certain extent, when you feel like, when you're pretty much getting bullied by the whole world, it's gonna get to you. You know, and I listen to Michael Jackson's music every day. He's covered in my room. And, you know, and I just think, no, like, he is a humanitarian. He's a great man. I am proud to be a Michael Jackson fan because of what he is and how, and the person he is. I'm proud, and I love, and I'm honored to be able to support an amazing man who's been so wronged by the media. Michael Jackson deserves a huge apology from the media and from Oprah, for Oprah turning her back, doing an interview with him, having a great time. He sang a cappella to her, which is probably the best part of the interview. Then goes on and, you know, interviews 2 little boys, grown men but acting like boys, making lies about people, and they need to apologize because they try to make Michael something that he's not. And, you know, they might think that they did a good job, but how many people still support him to this day? You know, that's all I'm saying, you know. So what does the media not want you to know about Michael Jackson? They don't want you to know how nice of a man he is, because they tried so hard to make him look like a monster and just a freak and a wacko, you know, like, yeah, somebody didn't teach them manners. But in all seriousness, you guys really have to know, and Michael Jackson expresses this so many times, don't believe everything you hear, because the media and the tabloids are very, very rude, and Michael Jackson is just an example of how rude they can be. Now, they went way over the extreme, you know. They gave him no privacy at all. They gave him no me time. Like, if I was Michael, you know, no me time, no him time. Because no matter what they do, if he goes outside and ties his shoe, well, that's a story about something rude that he did. Maybe that he tied his shoe on a crack, and then they said that he broke his mother's back. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's so very, very untrue. So I'm proud to be a Michael Jackson fan, and I hope you guys are proud to be a Michael Jackson fan too, because he is an amazing man. No matter what the media says, we know it's not true. Nothing. The allegations, the rumors, the lies, the stories, none of it is true. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it kind of turned into more, like, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and then kind of just turned out into a rant. But, you know, it's alright. Just before we get started, there's a YouTuber by the name of Moonwalking Kingdom, and he shouted me out on his YouTube channel, and I gained a lot of subscribers from that, and a lot of great support. So, Moonwalking Kingdom, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, I think it's Joey, I'm sorry if it's not. Thank you so much if you're watching this. I really appreciated what you did, and it means a lot to me. And I know I said this in the comment, I'm saying this now. Watching your videos is really what made me want to, you know, do a Michael Jackson based channel. And it really is amazing that, you know, you shouted me out, and I thought that was really amazing. So shout out to you too. If you guys have not subscribed to him, go ahead and subscribe to him. You'll be in for a treat, let me tell you. So, yes, but everybody just, you know, just know Michael Jackson is an amazing, amazing man. No matter what the media says, because they're making way too much money off of it. Okay, even during the trials, like in his trials, in the 2005 trial, the TV stations that were reporting on Michael's trial, the ratings went so high. They went from being so low to so high for Michael Jackson's trial. Then after it stopped, you know, they went back to normal. That kind of just shows you, right? But yes, Michael Jackson, you are an amazing man. Trust me, I'm telling you. And everybody, I know in my last videos, you know, this video and my last video is the Wade Robson one, is a little bit more heavy duty stuff. You know, more about allegations and court cases and Michael Jackson being bullied and stuff. But you know, in my next video, we're going to lighten up the mood. It's going to be a great video. I have it planned. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'll give you a hint. It's about to do stuff in my collection. So a nice, happy based video talking all about the great things Michael Jackson did. We're going to try and make this as positive as we can. Alright everybody, that is it for this video. If you'd like to see more of me, you can check me out on my main channel, Jamal TV. Alright everybody, that's it for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next video.